Here are my top skills to help you study smarter, not harder. The first thing is, what does your study environment look like? Is it cluttered? Is there stuff all over the place? Is it filled with distractions? We want this to be really zen. The stuff that you need is right there in front of you. So spend a little bit of time and make sure that the environment is productive to study. So you want to get rid of all of that clutter. And the way that I say to do it is just get rid of everything off your desk and then just put the things on your desk that you need to actually work. The main thing that gets in our way of studying are all of those distractions, and most of them are our phone, internet, surfing the web, games, people talking to us. So during the time that you study, you want to make sure that you put on Do Not Disturb. Don't do anything but study. So that means close all those web browsers and spend a period of time and fully focus your energy on that. Do not answer your text. Do not answer your emails. Turn off everything. I don't even want you to get buzzes or dings or pop-ups. We want all of that to be away so you can focus on the task at hand. Most of the time it's when we feel stressed or in distress, we go to something that's funny or relaxing because we want to decompress. But the thing is that studying feels so unpleasant, and surfing the web or gaming or talking to people feels so good that we'll get lost there, and suddenly an hour has gone by and we haven't been working on anything. I want you to start and complete one set of homework at a time. So in your mind, you're going to take a look at how long you think that you should study per day. Let's say that that's 2 hours a day. And you're going to think to yourself, how long is it going to take me to finish this paper or research or project? Maybe it'll take me 4 hours. So you're going to spend 2 days of 2 hours on this project. And it's much better to work on one thing than to flip around through different projects. That way that you're keeping your mind into one task, because it takes a lot of mental energy to flip between other tasks. A lot of that getting set up and thinking what you're doing is what takes most of the time when you're working. I usually say work for about 45 minutes at a time and give yourself 15 minutes break. But you're going to work just to get that one project done. And then you're going to submit it or complete it and have it fully ready. If you have to print it, you're going to print it, put it into your bag so that it's done. Why? If it's not fully finished, if it isn't actually sent or printed or finalized, then you're still carrying the stress that it's not really finished in your stress load. It is much better to have one project fully off of your task list, like off of your plate, than to have 6 projects 90% done. We still carry the stress of all 6 projects if that's the case. So what I would like for you to do is try to be a unitasker. You work on one project at a time. There's 6 projects that you have due on, say, the 16th. You're going to start project 1 of that many days ahead and have it actually submitted, finished and finalized very early, and then the next one. So you do need to plan ahead. And I usually say put it onto your calendar and actually set a reminder for yourself so that you have it written as a reminder. I'm starting this project, whatever, 7 days ahead, and I'm doing the next one on day 1. Project will take 2 days, so it's 7 days ahead. Day 5, then I'll do the next project. Day 3, I'll do the next one. That way, you're really working on something and finishing it, and your relief of stress is that one project is at least done. That kind of brings us to the next piece, is that I don't want you to do projects perfectly. I want them to be good enough to be done in your mind. If you want at the end to go back and make it even more perfect, that's great. But we're trying to get through things efficiently, and having them be perfect is not exceptionally efficient because it takes 20% of energy to get it to be good enough, and then 80% more energy to make it that perfection where everything's done. Every T is crossed, every I is dotted. And that's a huge waste of time and mental energy. And we want to keep that to just get you through each project. This next one is my favorite trick, and do this one, just do this one. You are going to do the things that you hate the most first. So perhaps it's doing this bibliography or writing a book report. You're going to get that done right away. Why? If you're having to climb up a very steep mountain and you're carrying a whole bunch of rocks, get rid of the biggest rock first, and then the rest of the trek is easier and lighter. Also, emotionally, getting rid of the thing you hate first makes everything else better, and then you end up eating dessert, the thing you enjoy the most, last. Most of the time we do the opposite. We do the thing that we enjoy most, but then we have this daunting feeling coming up to us. It's like we're dealing with the biggest boss last, but usually then we have the least amount of energy. So you're going to start off with what you dislike the most, get that done, and then the next thing that you dislike the next most, done next. So we're getting rid of the biggest rocks and moving on to smaller and smaller rocks. Also then you're usually holding the thing to the end, the thing that you have the best skill or the most comfort level in. And that's usually when we hit that moments of burnout. So when you're hitting burnout at the end, when those deadlines are really looming near, you're doing the thing that you enjoy the most. The next one is kind of counterintuitive. You may not have thought of this, but before you work, we want to get your brain and body kind of activated. So do a little bit of exercise or go outside if you can. Even if you want, just hop in place. It actually helps boost your brain. It makes it a little bit more sticky. Those growth neurons are activated by exercise. So when you really need your brain to focus, you've gotten out that energy, you've released a little bit of stress, and you've gotten your brain ready to focus and learn. And while watching my videos is a great way to get familiar with the basics of psychology, if you want to gain an understanding in the basics of computer science, physics, quantum mechanics, game theory, and everything that you need to get prepared for bringing out the brightest you, check out today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is the online interactive STEM learning platform with a growing catalog of courses. They're specifically crafted to help you learn concepts by working through them yourself in visual, hands-on ways. And all the lessons are presented in bite-sized pieces, so you can learn at your own pace. No pressure. If you ever feel stuck, Brilliant has in-depth explanations that break down the material even more. Like their algorithm neural network and machine learning courses that let you shift blocks of pseudocode around, receive immediate feedback, and you'll get results. It's like you're solving puzzles or games, but the whole time you're learning how artificial intelligences really work. To get started for free, visit brilliant.org/Georgia Dow or click on the link in the description. The first 200 people get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. So just click on the button on the screen or go to brilliant.org/Georgia Dow. Clicking on that button really does help out this channel, so thank you so much, and so does clicking on the playlist above for more videos on psychology. So those are my favorite tips and tricks that I give to people to help them study better. Let me know what are your favorite tips and tricks and the ones that worked for you and the ones that didn't in the comments below.